once we've parked up, we can level it out, drawing that down, and sometimes I use a spirit level on here and sometimes not. So wind it down. Brilliant. Okay, next thing is under here. We've got the winder. So now it's level, we can wind down the legs. Now on this you can wind it up so that it's level if you're on any uneven ground, unlike a caravan where you can't level it out using the stabilizers. You can on these. So just make it whichever height needs to be. Then you do that on all four corners. Winding it to as much as it needs to be. Same on the back. It helps if you've got little wooden feet sometimes, if you're putting it down onto wet ground. Little wooden feet help these little metal things stop sinking. There's some bits of wood in the front here with the gas that you can use, so you can see it just levelling up there. Brilliant. Okay. Now we're ready for the unpacking, so you just go around dropping these down. There we go. Now it's easier if you have somebody else helping here, but just as easy to do it yourself if you can't, if you don't have anyone to help. So just do side by side, one then the other. Like that. Round and round we go. Until you get to here. Now if it's raining, at this point you could leave it here to save everything from getting wet. But as it's not raining, you can fold down these ones there and fold across these ones like that, and then without treading on that, fold this bit down. There we are. Now once you've folded it down, you can reach behind here and grab the cover, which you couldn't see before because it was underneath everything. So he's got these little things here, and you just pull it down and clip it in like that. Do the same with the other side. Sometimes you got to squish it down and there you go. So now we do the great unfolding. So we start with this side and lift it up, just straight lift up, supporting it here, and then the legs are there now. Depending on how level the ground is, you can then look. You see that's not level, so we can use these things here. Just support it with your back a bit and let it drop down however many drops, and it actually goes quite a long way down. That's pretty much level there. I'll do one more. And just make sure that they don't move. I'd probably lift that one up a bit more actually. There you go. Okay, same with the other side now. Just remove these window bits. And again, up. And down like that. Just a quick look. Is it level? Yeah, actually that is. So don't need to do anything. But again, same thing. Just press in this little bubble here if you want to lift it up. And accordingly, just make sure they're level there. There we go. Right, now, pull these things down now. Now it's still low down. Just pull the canvas down like that. You don't need to pull it over the edges yet. Same with this side. Pull it all over. And this would be the point if it was raining. You do that final move down and pull this over so that this stays nice and dry inside. Okay. So then, trick number 2. Always start with this side first, which is the one that we pulled down second. Now, there's some bars under here that you can't see, but what you do, little trick, put it all towards you, the whole thing shifts towards you, all fine, and then do a sharp up, like that. And you can feel that click. Now, if you hadn't done that pull towards you, that would have been a lot more difficult. Side. And just move it back, and then again up like that, and we're in. Final thing before we start tying it all down is just go inside, because we're now stable, got the feet down, and you can put the full roof up at this stage. So you got this, and here, you just take that bit of rubber away from that, lift it all up like that, and then pop that in there like that. Little metal thing to press allows you to push that in. I'll leave that as it is for the moment. I'll just do the same the other side. The thing, move that up there, push this, in you go, nice click. All in, and then nice click there, all in too. Good. Main setup. So now we can do the kitchen bit, which I forgot to do. So you can go in. Now, right in here, you've got the supports for the kitchen bit. So you pull these out. Both of them, and lift up the main frame there, it up until it clicks once. I've never needed or been able to pull it up more than that. So then you get this, the angly bit, and you pop it into there like that, and undo that, push that on, push it out, and tighten it. Same with the other side. That's in there, that's in there. Undo. push this in, do it up, and you're in. We'll come back to set up the kitchen in a bit. So just go out. And now you do this, the final bit of sealing down. So you've got to start with here, just go left to right. I sort of pop this under here. Now under here, if you look, there are these little metal hooks things. Okay, and behind here is all this elastic. So we can just go around and pop these onto here, like that. Then we got these bits here, which is just Velcro, and just pull that down and seal that up all the way along down to this side here. And then got the elastic bits again, do these bits all the way to there. Now here we've got this bit of Velcro under here, goes under here. You've got to push down quite well. It's easier when it's dry. When it's wet it can be a bit stiff, that. These come through here. Again, you got your Velcro, your thing there, goes underneath. I'm just going to move this. Again, put it down, Velcro it in. There we go. This bit on here, same here, Velcro down. And then got the same these bits here. So clippy on, Velcro all the way under and all the way along here. Clippy bits here. There we go. These bits under here. And without over tightening, that bit under there. Okay, final bit then. It's just this bit here. Now, what I do, before you do that, just close the door, do the door up, pull these together. Okay, now just do this little bit of Velcro again under here. Just do those and put it onto the door as well, and under this bit. This is the final bit. Okay, then you can do that and open the door. Right, final bit with the windows then. In this bag here, you got the window sticks. Let's just take these out. So there's two long ones, one shorter one. So we'll start with the longer one. Just pop it nice and gently through here, straight into the end there, and then into there. This bit sometimes gets detached on the travelling, so just get that connected in. Okay, then we go round. Let's see, which one's the shorter one? This one. So the shorter one goes in the back here. Let's do that one. Again, same thing. Into there at the end. If it'll go, there we go. And then bend, fit into there. as I say, look, this one's come detached, so you just connect that to that thing there. Keeps it from flapping around in the wind. And then final one here, through there, into the end there, like that. Oh. There we go. Into the end. And then into there. So that's all set up now from the outside. Get a little step out. Let's just slide then. So now that we're in, a couple of things we need to do. First is put the shelving up and connect it to the electrics and lift up the sink. So let's put this up. So just lift this up, go straight up here. It's a little catch down here. So you, on this far side, we can put it on. Oh, there we go. Make sure the power's there. So push it in there, drop it onto that thing, and also behind it, if you can see this, there's a little catch there. Again, just move that across. There you go. That locks it into place. And then down here, look, we've got the, so we just plug the power in. Now then, what I try and do is, again, just test to make sure I've got power. So you'll notice if we press the button just here, light doesn't turn on because we're not on power yet. Because if we look down here, this switch down here, so it says car and van. So van is the battery you need, car is if you still got connected at the front. So let's click on van, nice green light there. And now let's just turn on, there you go, light on. Good. So now we're all good with that. I'm just going to turn the electrics off. Final thing for this. So this is, again, stored down for packaging. So you can lift it straight up, move it slightly across and drop it back down again. Made that look nice and easy. Took me a while to learn how to do that. So that means all that's done is raise the height of it. Better cooking height. So then you can lift those up. You've got your cooker and you've got your grill. Just need a match or a lighter to light those. I'll show you the gas in a second. You've got the grill underneath. Under here you've got the sink, got the water pump, and you've got the tap, which nice sound effects. You can just twist around like that. Tap to the controller of the tap is down there. So I'll just raise that down again. Now, to make them stand up, in here, just going to move the ensuite a second. In here, we've got some brackets. Now there's two brackets, one without a heat-proof side and one with a heat-proof side. There you go. So the one without a heat-proof side goes on here. And again, a bit like the trail over there, just push it in. And then there's a little catch on this side, which you can just do that. There you go. And you do the same over here with this one. That one in, that one in. Little catch. Lift up. There you go. Now, that's got your kitchen set up. If you're on the mains power, which I'll show you shortly, you can turn that on. And that will turn the fridge on. That only works on mains power. This one only connects if you've got that thing. It's got the power set on car. That will keep the fridge cool. It won't actually keep it that cool, but it's a bit like a cool box. That will keep it going for a little bit. It has to be connected to the car though, and the engine has to be running for that to feed through. If you're on gas, there's a bit of a trick to this. To light the fridge, recommended to light the cooker first. That will get all the gas through because the vent in the fridge isn't very big. What you do, just turn that round, turn it on to around there, wait for a few seconds. You're pushing it in still, that's letting gas through all the time. And then I leave it like that for about 20 seconds, just get the air through. And then press this about 10 times. 1, 2, 3, and do that about 10 times. Keep that all pushed in all the way along. It does take a while. Leave it for another 30 seconds, then release it. When you've done that, if you open the fridge, down there, this isn't on at the moment because I've not turned the gas on, down there is a little window, and you sometimes need to really look hard, but you'll see a blue flame in there. Look really hard. Before you think it's not lit, look really hard. It is difficult to see. If it's not lit, do it again. If it is lit, you're on. So I'm just going to turn that off like that. Okay. Leave all the electrics and everything on, and the gas and things. There's the gas main connectors in there. I leave them on, otherwise I'll get to somewhere and forget I've turned them off and wonder why it's all not working. So that's left there. In here we've got the fuse box. I'll show you this lit up in a moment. That's always left on, and when the camper's connected to the electrics, you'll see that go red and light up to say that you're on mains. When you're on mains power, you've got two different sockets. You've got one down here, and you've got one over there. You've got car lighter sockets and things there as well, to plug your USBs in there. And that is things. Final finishing touches in this cupboard. I'll move the ensuite back. In the cupboard over here, we've got the roof. So you'll find if you don't put this on, it'll get a bit hot sometimes in the sun. This will keep it cooler in the warm and warmer in the cold. Got these things here. They clip to the top all the way along here, and they clip down the side and along there. So loads and loads of clips. As you unfold it, you'll see there's a line of that side where that goes, and so you know which way around to get it. You only get it round the wrong way once, because it's really annoying when you do. So you make sure you don't do it again. And finally, curtains are also in here. So we've got all the curtains are exactly the same, and I'll show you where the little cables are for them. So I'll just pop these in here for a moment. There's so many little bits of storage under here. We've got these two. Now, so these are for these curtains over here. So you thread your curtain through there and you pop them into here like that. And same the other side. That gets you your front curtains. Your back curtains for there are strung on this little cable here. And then they go, I'll show you. They go from this side to this side, and when all of that's set up, you just link them round that side and the same that side, and that then holds them all together. These ones here are for the awning, so the curtains in there are for the awning as well. Fully matching curtains, and you use them to put them on there. Other bits of storage, little cupboard storage underneath here with the back cushion and backrest. So you've got two metal bits in there for the backrest. I've rarely set that up, but what happens is just underneath here there are two little slots for the metal to go into there, and that will then push that into there, and you can have your backrest. They rarely bother with that, but all the cushions and things are in there, and loads of storage for everything else. Another little cupboard around the back, and then you've got your drawers and your cutlery drawer there. And that is that. So the next thing we'll show you is how to take it all down again. Okay, so to take it down, start inside, take the things off the roof, curtains down, everything like that, put in, fridge off, everything like that. So, to put this away, just the opposite. So, take these off and fold it down. I leave the pump in there. Take these off. Again, fold it down. Pop these away. Oh, wrong drawer. Move the ensuite again. Pop these back so they don't rattle around. Okay, so then this thing has to come down so that it will all pack away. So lift up just a little bit, move to the side and down. One smooth motion gets it all done. Then we unplug this. So take the plug out of here, undo the latch around the side, lift and move, lift it up, and we can pop this down here like that. All ready to go. Good. Okay, then we can collapse the front bit. So again, undo these, unclip, push that back in and up like that, and you can pop this, just clip it into here. There we go. And the same with this one. Undo, pull down, it up. There we go, and clip it back in. Right, that's all ready. If that hasn't fallen down on its own because the wind's pushing against it, you can just put it down like that. Then drop these bits down, drop these bits down here. There we are. All down safely like that. That's done everything inside. Yeah, just things to watch out for. Make sure the curtains are just a little bit freed so that nothing catches when you fold it. Same here. Same here. You can leave your bedding and everything, all that, as long as it's attached with the straps. In fact, I'll just attach this bedding because it doesn't look as though it's attached. There we go, that one. And that one, there we go. Good. So, we're going to come back inside ultimately, but let's just go round now and we do the opposite of what we did before. So, unpeel all of these. First of all, Velcro. Then we've got the elastic. Then we've got the Velcro, remembering that there's static in the middle, so we can't unpeel in the middle. And then we can unpeel this side. Elastic here. Velcro here. Then Velcro all the way along here. Velcro, Velcro, elastic, Velcro, solid in the middle, Velcro again here, elastic, Velcro, and don't forget the door. Okay, now let's take the window things out. Just pull on those. Round the back here. And this one. And we'll pop them in the bag. There we go. All nice and ready there. So, now that we've done that, we can lower the roof. So to lower the roof, I go this side first and push in there. There we go. And we lower that. And not forgetting to put the little rubber band on there. Same the other side. Just remember when you're doing this other side that the roof will then fall. So I do some gymnastics here and put the rubber on there, just making sure that this doesn't catch on any of the material. There we go. And then that's in there, ready to go. Okay, that's the last bit of the inside done. So we can close the door. Next thing is to fold the top over. Now, you can lift up the corner here, fold the top over as neatly as you can. There we go. And now you can get into here. So behind here, you might be able to see it, there's another little of these pressy button things. So you can press that. And let's go around the other side. And under here, again, down here, pressy butty thing here. And so I'm pressing that. Now we can push that down. Look. Okay. And again, just like this, just like we did before. Over the top. Like that. I'll smooth that out later. Let's go around the other side. So again, just under here, just about here, little button, push that, that goes down. We'll do it again the other side. Hi. So just push it down the other side. Here again, got this. There we go. Lower it all down. There we go. Nice. Ah, lovely. Up and over the top like that. It's quite tricky here, just do your best. Push it over. The more over it is, the easier it folds. If you're tall or have access to a tall child to help you, that's even better. So, let's do the same here. Push that through. That's pretty good. Doesn't need to be beautiful. I'll just just straighten this out just a little bit. Good. Okay, so we're now ready to fold. So we fold this side in first. You know to fold this one because it's got the stick. Really important to fold this side first. If you fold the other one first, it can drop down far too far. So what we do is we lift up this side. Ooh, there we go. Get this stick, and if you can see, what we're doing is we're dropping it down so that this stick lands on the floor like that. That then stabilises it for the rest. If you just make sure these things are that way, again, makes everything fit a lot easier. Just to help with the waterproofing, put this on. Holes in there and there. All this does is if it's wet when you next set it up, just protects the bottom a bit better. Okay. And we can put that there. I have of course forgotten to put the step in. So we can put the step in now as well. Okay, now that we've done that, this one's easier. A little bit of a trick with this. Just watch this side and make sure that when you fold this, it doesn't get stuck down there. You'll see in a moment when I fold it. So if it does, just fold it back and push that in. So we'll lift it up and over. And then just watch this. Yeah, that's going to be fine. There you go. Sometimes it can get caught on that bit, but that's all fine. Drops down again. Those there. Those there. If you want to store the awning in the van whilst you're travelling, you can pop that into the side there at this point. Final thing then, once you've loaded everything else in, unclip that. And unclip that. And now we can put the cover back over. Again, it's easier with two people, but you can, as you can see, do it with one. Just wind it round. That. All done. And then just work your way around. Put these on. Another tip here, just make sure the elastic is on the outside of that, otherwise it flaps around in the car afterwards. It becomes much tighter all the way around. And final step, wind up the legs. Move it slightly out a bit, there we go. Okay, that's that. There you go, round then, all in the back. Close the hatch, after checking the gas. Lock the front. And we're in, ready to go.